So my film is called Rebirth, and the way this film came about is last October, a friend of mine, Brent Books, was doing a festival for Get Connected, and he was like, "Hey Dave, do you have a film you could premiere?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Why don't you make a horror film? And you know, I know we have a month left, but you should make a film really fast, and we'll shoot it." So I had this idea in my mind about a girl who was a vampire, but she doesn't know she's a vampire. So I started writing a script. It's only 7 pages. So yeah, Rebirth is about this girl who wakes up in the woods, doesn't know where she is, and is trying to find out what's going on. I wrote the script, I directed it, co-produced it with some buddies. I ended up having to edit it too because the editor I usually work with, she was under contract for something. So I ended up having to edit it by myself, and yeah, it was pretty cool.
How was it, the experience having so many hats on this film?
On the day of shoot, it was cool. Like, there was a lot of pressure because it was in the fall. It might have been after daylight savings ended, because we started at 8 a.m. in the morning, like setting up. I think actors came on set around 7. Started shooting around 8ish, and finished at 6 p.m. and it got dark really fast then. But one thing I realized, even though, so yeah, listen, I know it said 7 pages. It's actually not 7 pages. It was 7 minutes. It was 3 pages. Yeah, it was 3 pages, and it's crazy how 3 pages took 10 hours to shoot, because a lot of it was action, a lot of it we used different shots, and you know, the character was crawling through the woods, and what was selling the film was this character's journey. And her body language really sold it too, like the expressions and whatever. So yeah, it was 3 minutes, and I mean, well, it was 3 pages, and it was just a really challenging day, but you know, we got it done. And when the second actor came, you know, we had to like rehearse everything and get the action scene done, and yeah, we just got it all done in one day. And then after that, I had a 2-week deadline to edit. I edited in a week, and then I saved it on my computer, and then the external hard drive that everything was on crashed. But luckily I had a backup on my camera, but I'd already saved the version I wanted to send to the editor, to the colorist. So I couldn't have made any more like changes as I wanted to, without, you know, messing anything up or without starting again. So I sent it to my colorist, and he did that. He did the sound mixing and some other stuff, and yeah, we got it done on time, and everything was good. The character's name is Caroline, and the actress is Sarah Going. I've worked with Sarah before, and I felt like she'd be good for the part, but I still had her audition along with other people, and you know, she did the best job. Because for me, even though if I know I'm gonna give I have in mind an actor might be the best person for a role, I still have them audition because you never know. But anyways, she did a pretty good job. We had a table read a few days before, and I gave her the points I wanted from the character. And then on set, a lot of the direction I gave her was mostly the actions, because she had all the facial expressions down, and she really embodied that character, because that character, Caroline, wakes up in the woods, and she doesn't know what happened to her. Like, why is my phone broken? Why do I have all these scratches? Why am I bleeding? You know, why are my insides burning? And you know, she really embodied that character, and it seemed like a challenge, but she really pulled it off. And I feel like the only direction I really had to give her on set that day was action-wise, like how to crawl, or like what you're actually feeling at the moment, because shit embodied it all from then on. So the challenge was we only had one day to shoot. I know like we'd have to reschedule a lot of stuff if it didn't work, and we were running on a time crunch or whatever. So I was like, guys, we need to have it all done. And one day I even had my stylist email the actors. She did a really good job too, like had them like what outfits they're gonna wear. She met with them, like, you know, everything. The most challenging was just making sure everything was done on time. We were running out of time in the last scene where Caroline attacks the other character, and it took a lot more time than we thought, and we were losing light. But the good thing about the black magic and the lens I was using, it was a cinema lens, so all we had to do is adjust the light a little bit and everything worked. And you know, color correction, the good thing about the black magic is pretty easy to manipulate the color. But yeah, we got it done on time before it got completely dark. Another challenge was the park was we shot at was pretty cool for the most part. Didn't have a lot of noise, but toward the end there's a lot of bystanders. We had a big audience coming to see what we were shooting, which I don't mind as long as people don't you know, talk too much. But we were able to handle that, and you know, everything got done. Yeah, so as far as the vampire teeth goes, I went to Party City and bought this vampire teeth, which I had used about 5 years ago as a vampire hybrid for Halloween, and it worked for me. But anyways, it says clip on. It says clip on, so my thing was like, it'll probably be easy for the actor to snap it in. Turns out we had to like boil it, put it into a mold, and it only stayed on for like 20 minutes. But the actress, after it fell out, she was able to like still keep it in. And you know, so my special effects makeup artist was like, from now on when this film gets picked up, we're just gonna mold a teeth just for this actor or for any characters, and they're gonna have their own teeth, and we don't have to worry about all that stuff. Originally, I was just gonna leave the film as that, but it got like a lot of good feedback from friends, and I'm really into the vampire genre. So I wrote the 64-page pilot for it, and I'm currently doing some reviews, finalizing it, and then I'm gonna try to get funding and shoot it next year. But as of right now, as far as my films go, next film, I want this year to be the last year I do shorts, because I want to transition into features and TV. I'm working with a buddy in October. We're doing a one of those other 48-hour film festivals in October, and then in November I'm trying to do a mystery film, which I just got the idea for. I'm gonna write it pretty soon. It's gonna be like a 10-minute short, and yeah, I'm gonna shoot that in November. And then in December I have this high school or college comedy film called The Forbidden Fruit. I feel like a lot of film festivals these days are dominated by drama films, and you know, you really need that comedy in there to make people laugh and you know, to set you apart. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot that in December and have a lot of fun doing that stuff.